Hey, there's a reason you are watching this right now, and I'm really excited to have you here because I only teach this real estate strategy a few times a year, and it is a game changer. If you are someone who's been looking to get into real estate and you want to begin building a passive income, but find yourself saying, there has to be an easier way. Guess what? There is, and I am here to guide you. I am Ashley M. Fox, a proud Howard University grad and the CEO of Amplify, and also a former Wall Street analyst. And my mission is to help people, especially those who didn't grow up with money, achieve financial security. I have been in the financial industry for over 15 years, and I worked with clients that had at least $25 million of wealth. But the more I worked, the more I realized that the everyday person, just like you, needs to learn how to invest too. So I left Wall Street, and I wanted to bring this knowledge to you. I've been investing since 2012, and if I knew then what I know now, I would have started this strategy much sooner. The results have been life-changing, and the passive income, well, that's the best part. Imagine getting paid every single month because a company has to pay you. Imagine getting income every month without managing a tenant, needing a credit score, or starting with a bunch of money. So get ready, because I am going to break it all down. And make sure you bring your notebook and a friend. I promise you will be so glad that you came. All right, welcome everybody. Can everyone hear me? Can everyone see me? We are tuned into the How to Invest in Real Estate, starting with less than $200. Comment first time in the chat if this is your first time that you are tuned in to one of our sessions. And also just let me know where you guys are from. Let me know where you. I see we have someone from Niagara Falls, Canada. We have someone from Africa, Gambia. I love it. I love it. We have someone from Florida, Nebraska, New Jersey. Comment where you are from. And also first time, if this is your first time tuned in to one of these classes. I'm super excited. I see we have Philly here, Michigan, Virginia. I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. We have a lot to cover during this session. Now, housekeeping. 1, this class is solely for educational purposes only. Throughout this session, I'm going to walk through different examples, different ideas, different strategies. What I want everyone to do during this session is know that I'm not making any investment recommendations. We all are different shapes, sizes, have different income levels, risk tolerance. So I want to make sure you guys know I am not providing any investment recommendations. My job is to teach you how to fish, to give you clarity on what you can do and how you can get it done. Now, if you are here to get rich quick, I am not the teacher who's going to help you. Unfortunately, I am not able to take the money you have and turn it into millions of dollars. I'm not that good. However, if you do have at least $20, you are able to implement everything we are going to talk about during this session. I am not a trader. I am a wealth builder. My job is to show you how to start with what you have and build consistent income over time. Now, the class is going to last about 90 minutes, so I need everyone to get in a comfortable space. Get your notebook and pens out. We have a lot to cover. Now, this is a live session, so do me a favor. Type your questions in the chat. I'm going to be going back and forth in the chat, answering your questions, but I am going to cover 4 key steps. And every step we go through in this session is going to take your level of knowledge, your ability to create that income to the next level. Now, also look on the right-hand side of this screen. Those are my social media accounts. The Ashley M. Fox on Twitter, Ashley M. Fox on Instagram, Ashley M. Fox on YouTube, LinkedIn. I have a lot of fake accounts. I will not send you a message telling you to join my trading pool. I do not teach crypto. I am not going to take your money and invest on your behalf. I run a company that is the Harvard of finance to show you how to do it yourself. Now, what I want you to do is invite 2 people to this class right now. Forward the text message we sent you, the email, whether you are watching us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you're watching this session, share it with 2 people you know who want to build wealth. Now, let me know, comment the number in the chat of which one of these numbers, or if not more than one, do you represent? How many of you are currently employed? Any of you just ready to quit your job, ready to retire? Do we have any entrepreneurs here? Is there anyone here that just said, look, I just want to make some extra income as I go into the new year? How many of you are parents looking to build generational wealth? If you are here, you are either looking to get into real estate and or create passive income. If that is your intention, you are in the right session. Now, I want everybody write in the chat, I am a wealth builder. One, because regardless of the mistakes you made this year, regardless of how much money is in your bank account right now, regardless of your credit score, the fact that you showed up to this session says a lot about you. You are a wealth builder. I'm not asking you to have it all together. I am asking you to build and start with what you have and go to the next level. I want you to invest in yourself no matter the cost, because you are worth the investment. Now, how many of you have had these thoughts cross your mind? Ashley, how can I invest in real estate with less than $200? That doesn't even make sense. How many of you are wondering, do I need a lot of money? What kind of credit score do I need? How many of you have felt, I feel behind? Is it too late for me to start investing? What, Ashley, I see you teaching. I see you on social. What do you get out of doing this? What companies can help me create passive income? What can I do? What steps do I take? Where do I start? Now, here's why this session is extremely important to you. Some of you here want to retire. Comment retire if you want to retire, ready to retire, and you are here because it's about that time. But you don't know if you have enough money set aside. You don't know who to go to for help. So you're stuck trying to figure out what to do next. Some of you feel behind. You feel you want to make more money. You desire more money, but you're not sure what you need to do to make it happen. A lot of you have paid for classes, follow a bunch of people online, you do your research, and you're trying to learn the best way to invest, but it's still complicated. You don't know who to trust, Jordan, Dominique, Sherry, Daryl, but you really want to create a better financial life for yourself. Now, I want you to imagine that you're actually able to make money from real estate investments you learn how to make in this class. Imagine if you were actually able to collect passive income every time you invested in a commercial property, but it didn't require you to start with a lot of money. Imagine, David, that you can live off your investments, collect income, and never have to manage a property. Imagine if you chose to take action and it created opportunities for your family to experience the freedom, the security, and the life that they imagine. Imagine you did that. Now imagine if you could create that and do that without borrowing money from the bank, without needing thousands to start, without hiring a financial advisor, hiring a real estate agent. Most importantly, what if you could do it after this class? That's why I'm here. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm learning from somebody, if I'm investing my time, my energy, my money, and it has to do with my money, I want to know who I'm talking to. I want to check their credentials. So a lot of people, this is your first time tuned in. And I think out of respect, I want to dedicate 5 minutes, only 5 minutes, to telling you who I am, my credentials, and why I am even teaching this class. So do I have your permission to take 5 minutes of your time to introduce you to Ashley Marie Fox, to introduce you to the woman who is here in front of you teaching a topic that they don't teach in the school system? But I also want you to understand what I get out of teaching this and also understand my credentials. All right, so I'm seeing Grace say yes. I'm seeing, okay, yes. All right, 5 minutes, that's all I need. Now, my name is Ashley Marie Fox. I'm the CEO and founder of a financial education tech startup called Empify. Now, Empify is the merging of the words empower and modify put together. We are the financial education company that translates Wall Street knowledge and brings it to the 99% that Wall Street often overlooks. We've created programs in school systems, prison systems, worked with Fortune 500 companies, showing you how to buy your first stock all the way to learning how to pass it down to the next generation. We also have an app called the Wealth Builders Community app. It's like the Netflix of finance. We're talking about thousands of people in 22 different countries learning how to buy REITs, learning how to buy stocks, learning how to become debt free, literally in the palm of their hand. My company, Amplify, is ranked one of the fastest growing companies in the nation. So while you may have found me on social media, there's an entire company backing me. One of the fastest growing companies in this country. We are number 16 in financial services, and we are here to create investing education for all communities, breaking generational curses, promoting financial ease. The woman in front of you today, I am blown away that I've been in this industry for over 16 years, helping the everyday person learn how to buy their first stock, helping individuals invest over $14 million. And 94% of them were brand new investors. I am blown away that I've been able to create a multi-million-dollar business that is now ranked one of the fastest growing finance companies in this country. I am blown away that I have worked on Wall Street with millionaires and billionaires and helped them manage their money. Now, this is what a lot of people know me as, but I wasn't always like this. You see, I'm from Philadelphia. I went to the best HBCU in the world, Howard University. I'm an Alpha Kappa Alpha woman. And when I left Howard, I landed my dream job working for one of the biggest banks in the world. You had to have at least $25 million to work with my team. We helped grow your wealth, protect your wealth, and preserve it. The 1%. Now, every day I'm in the bank accounts of millionaires and billionaires. But I realize that for something we use every single day of our life, why is it not taught in our system, our school system? We don't talk about it at the dinner table. You see, when I went back home to Philly, people thought I was rich. People thought I had the money. I was traveling, shopping. I was making six figures. But I wasn't happy. You ever been in a career where you don't feel fulfilled? I was the only Black female on my floor. One of the lowest paid people on my floor, still making six figures. But you see, I realized that I deserve to be on the other end of the table. You see, we deserve to be shooting at a different basket. We deserve to have the financial tools and resources and learn about money, not after we make the mistake, but because we use money every day of our life. And so on July 12, 2013, this picture on the screen right here was my last day on Wall Street, because I knew that I was going to financially empower adults and children who never had the opportunity to make it to the 27th floor overlooking Park Avenue at one of the biggest banks in the world. And I remember February 2014, just a couple months after I left Wall Street. It was a cold day in Harlem. Walking down the street, I saw the guys playing cards and playing chess on the pavement. Corner store, walked into my apartment in Harlem, 139th and Lenox. I opened the door, and on the floor, I saw neon pink and neon green eviction notices. My heart stopped. I fell to my knees. How could a woman who made six figures on Wall Street now have no place to live? I felt useless. My pride was hurt. I felt unworthiness. I had no money. I had that 2008 Hyundai Elantra on the screen right there. $80,000 in debt. And my parents' couch. I remember pleading to the judge, please, I just left my Wall Street job. Yes, I had $30,000 when I quit, but now I have nothing. How could I be the person to change my family's legacy with no money? How could I, Aaron, be teaching the subject of money, but I can't even pay my rent? And I tell you that because despite what you went through this year, you deserve to live the life that you envision. You deserve to have the financial freedom that the abundance that our family needs. You see, most people don't know about my story. I had to sell all my investments to be in front of you today. I had to sleep on my parents' couch for 2 years building Amplify because I could not unsee the wealth that Wall Street exposed me to. I had to lose everything to be in front of you today. So when you ask me why I'm here, because I've been doing this way too long, I'm in way too deep, and I've lost way too much to go back. But I'm here to tell you that your investments are not about to make you rich, right? Your investments are here to put you in the position to have the financial freedom you need. How can we preserve the wealth that Wall Street has for the everyday, for wealthy people? And how can we properly pass it down to our families? I'm here to tell you that we all deserve to be the wealthy client. We all deserve a seat at that table. But I'm going to tell you now, the person in the mirror is the only person that's going to save you. We are at a time when we can no longer rely on a good government job. We can no longer rely on the school system. We cannot depend on our family because spending money and looking good has nothing to do with creating income. Some of you make good money. You have a good resume. You might have a good job, but you are so much more than what you are doing with your money right now. We need to start giving our money a job description so that it can start working for us so we don't have to work for the rest of our life. The woman in front of you today, I travel the world. This is me in Bermuda teaching individuals how to buy REITs like we're talking about today. I travel the world teaching this topic in a language our community deserves. That story I just told you was in Inc. magazine this year. Losing it all helped this entrepreneur build a financial wellness brand. That story right there has been in front of millions of people teaching REITs. Look at the bottom of that screen, another way to teach real estate in front of millions of people on Yahoo Finance. The woman in front of you today, if I wanted to make money, I'd have stayed on Wall Street. I've lost everything. Lost friends, family, relationships, broken for a dream that I believe, and you can't tell me that this beautiful Black woman cannot financially empower the world. So what I want you to do is go look up Ashley Fox, go look up Amplify, look up our articles in Inc. magazine, ABC News, Yahoo Finance, Afrotech. Do your research, because the last thing I need you to do as we go into this session and we lock in this passive income strategy is to wonder who Ashley is. You see, the woman on the left was making $5,500 a month. The woman on the right has made over $3 million a month. Same woman, different mindset. When you grow, your bank account grows. You see, I didn't become a millionaire until I started to operate and think like one. We think we have to get all the tools on the outside, but in reality, ladies and gentlemen, everything you need to strengthen is on the inside. We have to stop complaining, stop pointing the finger, stop being angry, and start looking in the mirror and understand that nobody's going to change your financial situation in the new year until you start showing up for you. Now, I'm all about giving you evidence, showing you ordinary people doing extraordinary things. So throughout this session, I am going to show you individuals, students that I have taught from ages 70 to in their 30s, who have implemented the strategies we are about to go through. So get your notebooks out. I'm going to show you guys Shayna because I love her mindset. If you read this, Shayna said she's been to so many of my free classes, but she decided to take an extra step and invest in herself. She said she came to our summit. She's learning about REITs. But the biggest thing I want you to take away is she said, it's that you have to change your mindset. You cannot just save and make money. You have to allow it to work for you. So I want everybody to adopt Shayna's mindset. You see, I'm going to teach you how to buy a REIT. I'm going to show you how to build income, but I need you to shift how you think because things are not taught, they are caught. Now, when it comes to me and this strategy, everything I'm teaching you, I do myself for myself and my family. Now, I made my first REIT investment, not because I read fancy finance books, because I don't, but because I saw rich people having accounts for their trust fund babies. Their kids were getting passive income every month. And I'm like, how are these kids getting all this income, but their portfolio's barely moving? That's when I learned what a dividend was. That's when I learned that you can invest in a real estate company, but never touch a property and get paid every 90 days. You see, I learned about this on Wall Street because I'm a firm believer. Success leaves clues. I follow the blueprint. I am a firm believer in knowing that everybody needs a mentor. Everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs to make investments in themselves because I know I can't do it by myself. So guess what I did? I learned from the rich clients. I bought my first stocks because of the rich clients. I bought REITs because I saw rich people doing it. And my goal is to get a $10,000 a month portfolio, and I'm almost there. Now, how many of you have children in your life that you love? You see, I'm not a mommy, but I'm a TT. I have an 8-year-old niece. The moment this girl was born, I opened her investment account. I bought her first stock. I bought her REITs. She now makes $5,000 in passive income as an 8-year-old. You see, I took out student loans to go to Howard. You see, I used a credit card to build my dream company, Amplify. You see, I had to get evicted, not Journey. Nope, not this little girl. You see, she's going to be a millionaire by the time she's 18. You see that she's a trust fund baby right now because I have a trust. So everything we're going to implement together during this session, yes, we can do it for the children in our life. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, over 5,000 people have gone through our REIT programs and become REIT investors. So I want you to know this isn't something new. This has actually been around since the 60s. I'm going to show you the history. But let's talk about money. Everybody comment, let's talk in the chat. Let's talk about money. Now, how many of you have ever heard of these companies on the screen? Six Flags, Target, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Amazon. How many of you have ever spent money at any of these companies? How many of you have ever gone to Six Flags and bought tickets to go to Six Flags? And how many of you have ever shopped at Amazon? Now, have you ever thought about who these companies pay rent to? Have you ever thought about the land that Six Flags is on? Who do they pay rent to? Dollar General, when you walk into the dollar store, who do they pay rent to? Amazon. When you go and shop on Amazon, where are your products stored? Amazon, have you ever thought about who Amazon pays rent to for their warehouses? Same with Target. Do you know that each of these companies on the screen pay rent to a REIT? A REIT, a real estate investment trust. And every time they pay rent, that REIT collects income. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Those REITs pay out income to all the people who own the REIT. Do you know that there's a REIT that you can own and you can be Amazon's landlord? So I challenge you now as we go through this session, start thinking about real estate that you frequently visit. Start thinking about who owns these properties, because 1 out of every 3 properties is owned by a REIT. Real estate is only owned by a person, a company, or a real estate investment trust. 1 out of every 3 properties, commercial properties that you see, is owned by a REIT. How many of you have ever been to a Simon Mall? I'm in Atlanta, Lenox and Phipps Mall. Houston, the Galleria. Philadelphia, King of Prussia Mall. Ever been to a Mills Mall? How many of you have ever been to a Simon Mall? Do you know that Simon is a REIT? Simon is the #1 mall operator in America. They own tons of malls. Do you know that you can own Simon and get paid every 90 days? And trust me, if you have been to a big mall, chances are you've been in a Simon Mall. You just never looked at the name on the wall. You never looked at the logo at the bottom of the sign. Yup, Westfield, there you go. Yup, there you go. Dominique says King of Prussia Mall. Yup, correct. Do you know that in 2020, Simon dropped, the price of Simon dropped to $50. To own a piece of a mall, it was $50 a share. And if you go back on my Instagram profile, 2020, I was talking about REITs. Simon dropped to $50, the #1 mall operator. Why? Because nobody was going to malls. It is now trading at $186. Just 5 years ago, the whole world fell apart. And here we are. People are outside shopping again. People are going to malls for holiday season. Simon is still paying a dividend. But here's the thing, you know that Simon now has gyms. Simon now has restaurants that pay them rent. So here's how we're going to do this. Is it all right if I'm transparent, upfront, and honest with everybody? Comment, be honest in the chat. Here's how this session is about to go. We are going to cover a topic called REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust, REIT. I am going to show you how to invest in a REIT. I am going to show you how to start. I am going to show you how you make passive income. Throughout the session, I am all about seeing a lot of what I have achieved in life is because I saw other people doing it. So throughout the session, I'm going to show you people who are implementing these strategies, who are collecting thousands in passive income. Now, when you go through this session, I am going to open you up to a level of money and thinking you've never seen before. I am going to stretch your thought process, put you in a position where you can do this on your own. But I know you're going to have more questions. I know you're going to need more support, especially if this is brand new to you. So how dare I open you up, expose you to a way to create income, and leave you to do this on your own? So yes, I will invite you to take a longer journey with me. I will invite you to events that we have, programs that we have, because you are going to want full force immersion. You are going to want accountability. You are going to want more support, and that's okay. For some of you, you're going to come through this class and say, look, I got it, Ashley. I can do this. And some of you, I am going to invite you to take a longer journey with me. I am going to be able to put you in a position where you can do this on your own. But yes, there is so much more we have to offer you. Now, is everyone clear on how this session is about to go? Comment, I'm ready in the chat if you are ready. Now, those of you who stay until the end, I have a special guide for you that I'm going to give you that is going to give you the top 5 REITs that will pay you every month. At the end of this webinar, I will give you the link. It is a free guide that is going to give you the top 5 REITs that will pay you every single month. All right. Now, those of you who just tuned in, share this class with 3 people right now and comment the word share. And here's why. I am not a gatekeeper. You will see me give you everything I've got during this session. I understand that I am one woman. I understand that I have reached millions, but I'm trying to reach billions. You cannot gatekeep this information. So share this class, the link, share this on social media with 3 people who deserve this information, 3 people who need to grow in the new year. And let's lock in. Number one, the best way to buy a REIT is to get a brokerage account. Here's why. A REIT is a real estate investment trust. It is not a fund. Your money is not locked up. You do not have to wait for a buyer. You do not have to wait for a seller. The best way to buy a REIT where you can put in as little as you want and you can take it out when you want is to get a brokerage account. Meaning if you bought a REIT today, you could sell it tomorrow. You don't have to wait. There are no lockup periods. There are no extra hidden fees. You can put in what you want and you can take it out when you want. The best way to do that, no matter what your age is a brokerage account. A brokerage account connects the buyer of the REIT to the seller of a REIT. Now get this, you do not need a certain amount of money to open a brokerage account. It takes 5 minutes to get the account open. You go online. So how do you buy a REIT? You don't go to the bank. You don't call a real estate agent. You buy a REIT using your brokerage account. Now take a picture of this slide right here. The people who have graduated our REIT Accelerator, the people who are inside of our app, the people who come to our Amplify events, these are the companies they use for their brokerage account. Charles Schwab, Fidelity, E-Trade, Vanguard. Those of you who live in America, the top of this page is for you. Those of you who are not from America, Interactive Brokers. That's the go-to. I don't care if you live in Africa, Australia, Asia, Caribbean, UK, Canada. Start with Interactive Brokers first. You just need to get the right account set up. REITs are all over the world. I am about to go back to Paris. Every time I go to Paris, I see Amazon's landlord, Prologis. I see their buildings in Paris. Real estate is everywhere. So yes, you can buy a REIT in another country. DeGiro, Passfolio, Interactive Brokers. Now, when you open these accounts, there's no minimum requirement. You can decide how much you want to start with. My recommendation is start with at least $20. You don't have to keep adding money to it. It's no obligation to do that. You don't need any money to open the account. But to buy a REIT, to go shopping, I'd recommend starting with at least $20. I started with $300 when I first started investing. Okay? Now to open this account, social, birthday, address, you're going to connect the account to your bank account. So you'll need your account number and routing number. Make sure you add beneficiaries. Do not overcomplicate it. This is the easiest part of the process. I promise you. Okay? Now, if you have a child, I use Charles Schwab for my niece. Why? I think they have a phenomenal passive income manager. I don't know about you, but I loved math in school. I know a lot of people who don't like math. You don't need to know math to buy REITs. You don't need to know math to create passive income. You don't. You don't at all. But Charles Schwab has their own passive income manager. Charles Schwab will tell you how much money you're going to make every month based off the investments you have. Charles Schwab will project your 2026 passive income. So my niece has Charles Schwab. When you open a child's account, it's called the UGMA or UTMA. Look at the top of the screen, custodial account. It just means that you are the fiduciary, the person in charge of the child's account. Now, by the time she turns 18, it's going to be her account. She's in charge of it. But for now, I put the money in. I make the decisions. So that income she's producing, I'm using Charles Schwab. When you open the account, you need your name, your birthday, your social, your address, as well as the child's. You do not have to be their parent, but you must be over 18 to open an account that allows you to invest for a child. Okay? Here's another snapshot. Now, these are our top picks. You might find that you have an investment account with one of these companies already, but it's not a brokerage account. You want an individual brokerage account. Now, if you have an account that's not on this screen, it doesn't mean it's a bad company. It just means that it didn't make the cut. There are so many new apps that exist. Remember, I come from Wall Street. Those new platforms did not exist when I started investing in 2011. So I play where the big boys play. These are the accounts that have the features, the 24/7 customer service, the access to the investments that you need. The more you learn with me, the more you are taking our Amplify programs, coming to our classes, you will start to open your mind, and these accounts give you the features that you need to get it done. Okay? Now, number 2. So is everyone clear? To buy a REIT, you need a brokerage account. It is simple. Don't overcomplicate it. They're just going to ask you the same way if you can open a bank account, you can open a brokerage account. Literally, you can. Okay? Now, number 2. The best way to invest in real estate is to have a trusted partner that knows what you don't know. Now, let me ask you all a question. If you knew someone that had years of experience in real estate, they manage the properties for you. They manage the tenants. They go out and fix the properties. They handle the legal. They do all the work. And they have a great reputation. They take care of their investors. They pay their investors on time. But they do all the work and they have all the experience. Would you invest with this trusted partner? If you say yes, tell me why. They have the experience. They've been doing this for years. They take care of all the properties. They manage all the tenants. They handle all the legal. They have a great reputation. They pay their investors. They do the work. So those of you who say yes, all right, now let me know why. Why are you saying yes? Those of you who said yes, tell me why. I need to dig deeper. Why would you invest with this trusted partner? Okay, because they are trusted. I'm seeing, okay. All right, experience. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we are describing is a REIT. That's exactly what a REIT is. A REIT is a real estate investment trust. It's where you can own a real estate company that owns, operates, and manages commercial real estate. You can invest in that company, and that REIT pays out dividends from the money they make. Now, REITs on average, so you buy a REIT on the stock market. Now, it doesn't really move like a stock because REITs, if I'm being honest, they're boring. People buy REITs, they invest in them, they hold them, they collect income. That's all they do. You buy it and you hold it and you get paid. REITs are on average the highest dividend paying investment on the market. Now, a dividend is just a fancy word on Wall Street that is for extra income that they give you. It's where the REIT shares its profit with all the people who own a piece of it. Now, pay attention. Your REIT is going to pay you every month or every quarter. Now, I do not determine when you get paid. Every REIT determines how much they're going to pay you per share, and every REIT determines the date of when they're going to pay you. So people come to class and say, Ashley, when am I going to get paid? I don't know. You got to look up the REIT, and all the information is public information, all of it. So you're going to get paid every month or every quarter. All REITs pay on different dates. All REITs pay different amounts. Okay? Now, let me give you a little bit of history. While you may have never heard of a real estate investment trust, they've been around since the 60s, before I was born. It was created by the government so that the everyday person can invest in income-producing real estate. Now, in 1961, they came up with shopping center REITs. 10 years later, they came up with apartment REITs, industrial REITs, government REITs, data center REITs. 2017, they had REIT tax cuts. The same president that's in office now was the same president in 2017. He created some tax cuts for the REIT investors. 2020, the market crashed. The pandemic hit. Real estate took a hit. 2021, REITs started to bounce back because we started to go back outside. But then 2023 hit, we had inflation. The reason why this class is so important right now is because real estate has not bounced back. This is important because REIT prices are still down because real estate's down. But guess what? The Fed is lowering interest rates. When rates get lowered, real estate gets better. So you're going to see a lot of REITs, ladies and gentlemen, are down. Somebody commented on my Instagram post the other day. Yeah, actually, I bought REITs and it's down. I literally wanted to say, I know. All real estate is down. Would you rather buy a property when it's down in price or when it's up in price? Would you rather get a property that can pay you income when the neighborhood is down or when the value of the properties are up? I don't know about you, but I like to get things cheaper. And then I like to let them grow over time while still collecting passive income. This is why this class is important, because the economy has been declining. We might go into a recession. We don't know, but you are going to be prepared. You see, when the market is down, that's not when you get scared. That's when you go shopping. You see, people get scared when the market drops, but they're scared when the market's up. Oh, it's too high. Now it's too low. You see, the best time for you to invest was yesterday. The second best time is today. You see, because when I'm getting ready to show you all the REITs that you use all the time that you don't even know, a REIT exists because you use real estate. Now pay attention. Here's how a REIT works. You buy a REIT with your brokerage account, okay? You log in and process a transaction. It takes 5 seconds to buy a REIT. It takes 5 seconds to sell it. Now the REIT, they go out and find the properties. They're finding the properties, fixing the properties, managing the properties, getting the tenants. Now REITs own commercial real estate. So this is not, you're not buying a REIT that owns a bunch of single family homes. You're not in the business of flipping real estate. That's not what a REIT is. People don't buy commercial real estate to flip it. REITs find properties, put tenants in that property. The tenants pay rent to the REIT. The REIT collects the income. The income that the REIT makes, they pay all their bills. After that, there's money left over. It's called profit. Now pay attention. A REIT is a real estate investment trust. Anytime you hear the word trust, think protection. Now, a REIT is protected from corporate taxes. So when they make all that money from their tenants, they don't have to pay corporate taxes. So because of that advantage, the government says you must pay out 90% of your profit to all your shareholders. Now imagine that trusted partner we just talked about. Imagine now that there is a law that says you have to get paid passive income. When you buy a REIT, it is a standard that you get paid. It is the law that you collect income. You don't manage the property, the REIT does it. You don't fix the property, you don't talk to tenants, the REIT does. But by law, they have to pay you. That money that the REIT pays you is going to get deposited in your brokerage account as cash. You can choose to reinvest that dividend, or you can spend the money. Does that make sense? Does this flow make sense? All of this happens while you're at work. All of this happens while you're sitting here with me. All of this happens while you're living your best life during holiday season. Okay? Number 3. Now, we talked about how to buy a REIT. We talked about what a REIT is. Now, you want to be in the best position, Tamala, the best position, Sherry, to buy the REITs that can pay you forever. Okay? Take a picture of this slide. It's probably one of the most important slides in this presentation. A REIT, real estate investment trust, has different property types. Let's walk through them. Office buildings. Do you know that one of my first offices in Atlanta, in the Terminus building in Atlanta, Georgia, Piedmont and Peachtree, one of the busiest intersections in Atlanta, was owned by a REIT. Office buildings, right now, if you look at your skyline, there's a high chance that some of those buildings are owned by REITs. I'm from Philly. A lot of those buildings downtown owned by REITs. Office buildings can be owned by REITs. Warehouses, industrial REITs. As long as people keep buying online, industrial REITs can make money. Amazon pays rent to industrial REITs. Write this down. STAG, S-T-A-G. STAG is Amazon's landlord. A REIT that's less than $50, $60 pays every month. Prologis is the largest industrial REIT in the world. Amazon's landlord. That's a REIT. Shopping centers are REITs. Malls are REITs. Do you know that when you go to the grocery store, a Kroger, a Publix, a lot of those shopping centers are owned by REITs. Next time you go to a shopping center, look at who owns the building. Robert just says, I'm from Philadelphia. Robert, do you know that the Bala Kenwood Plaza is a REIT? Do you know that hotels can be REITs? You see, hotels are in the business of hospitality. There's a REIT called Apple Hospitality that has tenants like the Marriott, the Hilton. Not all hotels are owned by the hotel brand. Residential. Do you know that there are apartment buildings that are owned by REITs? Do you know that senior homes, hospitals, medical facilities can be owned by REITs? Any of you ever been to Extra Space Storage or rode by it? Any of you ever seen a CubeSmart, rode by it? The storage units, do you know that they are REITs? Every time someone pays rent to store their stuff, they're paying rent to a REIT. If you own shares of CubeSmart, you're getting paid every 90 days. Do you see how powerful this can be? You see, you don't need a big loan to buy a property. You don't need to talk to contractors. You don't need a credit score. The reason I call this class How to Start with Less Than 200, because more than 95% of all REITs are less than $200. I am going to show you a REIT that is $8 during this session. Do you know that data centers, you ever wonder where your cloud storage lives? In a data center. Data centers are REITs. Do you know that billboards are REITs? If you ever ride by a billboard and it says Lamar in the center, Lamar is a REIT. People pay rent to post their advertisement on the billboard. Lamar collects the income. Lamar pays their bills. Everyone that owns stock in Lamar, that REIT, gets paid dividends for every share you own. Amusement parks, schools are REITs. Now, here are some examples. How many of you have ever been to Las Vegas? If you've ever been to Las Vegas, comment in the chat right now where you stayed in Las Vegas. If you have ever stayed in Las Vegas, comment in the chat right now the hotel you stayed at in Las Vegas. I'm seeing the MGM, the Bellagio. Come on, I'm seeing Caesars, the Luxor. Let me tell you something. The Mandalay Bay. Let me tell you something. There is a REIT called Vici. that owns a ton of Las Vegas hotels. The Venetian, the Mandalay Bay, the Luxor. Tons of Las Vegas hotels are owned by REITs. Vici is $28 a share. You see, you don't have to build the casino. You can own the REIT that owns a bunch of casinos. How many of you have ever been to Topgolf? Comment Topgolf in the chat if you have ever been to Topgolf. Topgolf, the majority of all Topgolfs in America pay rent to a REIT called EPR Properties. EPR is $52. EPR is $52. EPR pays dividends every single month. So every time you go to Topgolf and spend money, Topgolf is paying rent, using your money to pay its rent to give to EPR, and EPR takes 90% of their profits and they give it to all of their investors. Look on the screen, top right. Prologis, Amazon's landlord, $128 a share. Now, let me tell you about this REIT right here. Those of you who want to retire, those of you who want forever money, this REIT right here, Realty Income, is one of the biggest and best REITs that exists in size, in reputation, in quality, in income. This REIT has over 15,000 properties. Now, I don't know about you. You can love real estate all you want. I have no desire to own 15,000 properties, ladies and gentlemen. I do not. But Realty Income does. Realty Income has tenants like Walgreens, 7-Eleven, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. Realty Income's nickname is called the Monthly Dividend Company. You see, there are companies out here bragging about paying their investors every single month. And so many people question, is this a scam? You see, we are okay with working every single day, hoping we retire. You see, the difference between the Wall Street clients that I had, they weren't hoping they were going to retire. They knew they were going to be retired. They knew their kids were set. They knew because they made investing a standard. You see, we've mastered the art of spending money. We spend money at all these companies, their tenants. We spend money at all their locations. We spend money in Vegas. We spend money on Amazon. We spend money at Topgolf. We spend money at 7-Eleven. We spend money at the dollar stores. We spend money. We have mastered that. Yet we don't own anything. As we go into this new year, it is about time you focus on ownership. Go look up Realty Income right now. They are called the Monthly Dividend Company. Can you guess how often they pay you? Every month. You see, you can buy one share of a REIT and get paid for the rest of your life. Now, in order for you to make more money, you must continue to buy more shares. Just like buying a house. If you want to buy a property and you're making rental income, in order to get more rental income, you have to buy more properties. The difference is you don't need $100,000 to buy a REIT. How many of you have wanted to get into real estate? You've tried, like I remember when I wanted to, I got a real estate license. I tried to wholesale properties, and that is not to discredit anybody in real estate. I know a ton of real estate investors, a ton, and they make a bunch of money. But not everybody wants to do that. You see, I don't own any properties outright. I put all my cash that I make into my business. At some point I will, but when I was building Amplify, I wasn't going back into debt. But I did have $50 to buy a REIT. And I was getting consistent income when I bought my REITs. So this is just another alternative. I'm not saying don't go buy a property, but I am telling you, if you've been waiting for the right time, saving up money, getting your credit in order, waiting and learning to take out debt to buy a property that you don't own until the debt is paid off. So I'm here to say this is another option. I'm here to tell you that you don't need a lot. But you better start doing something with the money you're making. Stop waiting until you have a lot of money, because you are going to be waiting forever. If you think you making a lot of money comes from you working a lot of hours, getting multiple jobs, dedicating all of your energy, you're shooting at the wrong basket. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm telling you to start with what you have. The Bellagio, you know, the Bellagio is owned by Realty Income. Every time somebody steps foot in the Bellagio and pays for a hotel room, Realty Income collects that income. Every time you walk downstairs and you go to a restaurant at the Bellagio, every time you go shopping in the Bellagio, that store, that restaurant pays rent to Realty Income. That is just one of their 15,000 properties. So I'm not telling you to go build a Bellagio, but you can make money off of Bellagio. My niece is 8. She gets paid every month because she owns shares in Realty Income. She owns shares. Now, when we think about this economy, we have to be strategic now. The way you make money from a REIT is from their tenants. Now, remember this, pay attention. There are 2 ways to make money when you buy a REIT. The first priority, number 1 way, is passive income. You don't buy REITs to flip your money. If you're trying to flip your money, you're in the wrong class. Don't buy a REIT to try to flip it. Don't buy a REIT to try to trade it. No, that's not what you buy a REIT for. You buy a REIT to hold it and collect passive income. Checks come like clockwork. The second way you can make money with the REIT is if the price of the REIT goes up. Just like a property. You can buy a property in the suburbs with a good tenant. The tenant pays you rent every month. The value of the property can go up. Now, let me tell you what the downside to a REIT is. Matter of fact, I want all of you to tell me what the downside. What is the downside to getting into real estate? What's the downside? Everyone in the chat right now, take a second. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Tell me the downsides to getting into real estate. What are the downsides? Talk to me. What are the downsides? No, let's be serious. What are the downsides to getting into real estate? Somebody said, no, there are always downsides to everything. There are pros and cons to everything. They don't pay rent. You don't, okay, wait. So you mean to tell me there is no way you can lose money in real estate? How can a real estate investor lose money? Talk to me. There we go. I just saw it. I'm not sure who said it. A decrease in value. You can buy a property and the value of your property drop. You can buy a property and the value of your property drop. Remember I showed you the beginning of the session? Simon Property Group. Simon Property dropped to $50. $50. So here's a downside to a REIT. The price can drop. But let me tell you this. Even though the price drops, your dividends don't. If the price of the REIT moves, your dividend does not drop. Now, the REIT can change its dividend, but you will always make passive income. Why? Because it's the law. You cannot be a REIT without paying dividends. So the downside to a REIT, the price of the REIT can drop. Realty Income used to be $80. It's like 50 something now. The price can drop, but the dividend is not directly connected to the price of the REIT, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. Now, let me go back to the slide. When you think about the REITs you buy now, what would be a smart type of REIT to buy right now? Take a second. Write it in the chat. I need to train your mind on how to think like an investor. If you were to buy a REIT right now in this economy, what types of REITs would you buy? I'm seeing somebody say a data center. A multifamily is not a REIT. You're not buying residential properties, commercial. Medical centers, AI, medical facilities, data centers, warehouses, healthcare. Here's a simple way to think about it. Buy a REIT. Consider buying the REITs that have recession-proof tenants. Meaning, if it's a recession-proof tenant, the recession does not impact their ability to pay rent. Let me tell you a REIT that is not recession-proof. EPR. EPR that owns the properties Topgolfs are located. If you lose your job, you're not going to Topgolf. But if you lose your job, I bet you're still going to the grocery store. I bet you're still going to pay your cell phone bill. Do you know that there are cell towers that are REITs? Think about it. Do you know that you'll still shop on Amazon even if the market crashes? Which means if Amazon's still making money, they still have to pay their landlords. They still have to pay their warehouses. I'm here to tell you that despite what you see in the news, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care. The news is trained to make you worry. The news is trained to trigger you, to scare you. That's what makes you look at it. But guess what? The news are also publicly traded companies and people own stock in them too. The news's job is to make money off of you. They're not going to tell you the good stuff. They're going to tell you the bad stuff. But I want you to understand, I don't care what it says in the news, there is always an opportunity to make money. Do you know that when the market crashed and Simon went down to $50, I bought it at $50 and guess what? I sold it at $100. I flipped my money because I bought it when the market crashed. So I'm here to tell you, I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if you have gotten laid off, if you've lost your job. You are built for everything coming your way. You are built for whatever it is on its way to you. You are 100% defeated at every trial and tribulation that has come your way. So I am here to tell you, don't you dare let this economy, don't you dare let job opportunities, don't you dare think that there are no jobs out there. I'm hiring right now, so you can't tell me nobody's hiring. I'm hiring. There's always a way for you to build wealth. There is always a way for you to win, but it's about how you see the world. It's about how you shift your mindset. Now, to see every REIT that exists, go to REIT.com. We actually partner with them. We are about to take our REIT Accelerator, a program that thousands of people have taken, and we are about to put them in HBCUs. We have the best REIT investing program out there, so much that the National Association of Real Estate Investment Trusts partners with Amplify. This is an article that was released. We honored them. How we are educating unrepresented communities about REITs. Now, when you pick your REITs, take a picture. Here's what you want to look at. You must look at their financials. You want to make sure they can pay their bills, take care of their debt, and pay your dividends. All of this is public knowledge. Don't you dare buy a REIT if you don't know this information. You always want to go to the REIT's investor relations website. Every REIT has a website. They will show you all their tenants. You can see all of their tenants. Make sure you look up the recent news about the REIT. Now, REITs aren't in the news a lot because they don't really do much. Most times REITs are in the news when they pay a dividend. Make sure you know the number of properties the REIT owns. You want to make sure your REIT owns at least 100 properties. So here's why. Just in case one tenant doesn't pay rent, the REIT doesn't fall off the face of the earth. REITs don't just buy one property. They own thousands, hundreds. You want to know who the REIT's tenants are because the tenants are the one that's going to pay you the money. So pay attention to who their tenants are. You want to look at the dividend history. Do you know that every REIT, you can look up every dividend that has been paid out, every date that has been paid, every amount that has been paid per share. Your job is to own as many shares as possible. The more shares you own, the more income you'll get. But you have to start somewhere. When you look at your REITs, here's something you want to look at. You want to see that the REIT has increased their dividend every year. The good REITs pay out dividends every month, every quarter. They don't miss payments, but they pay you extra every year. Every year. You want to look at how the REIT has performed since the pandemic. You want to look at how the REIT performed with their price before the pandemic. Do not buy a REIT just because it looks sexy. Now, let me give you something. I'm going to give you something important. Write this down. 4 to 17%. 4 to 17%. That is how much you are going to make in income for every share you own. 4 to 17%. Meaning every share you buy, you're going to make at least 4% all the way up to 17. I have a REIT right now that pays me every month. It's $10 and I get a 15% yield on it. Some people don't even get 15% raises. That's a lot. So 4 to 17% that you're going to make when you own a REIT in income. Okay. Now, I want to show you guys Sandy, because Sandy, now this woman is buying some REITs. Sandy's in her 70s. And I show you guys Sandy because I know there's a lot of people who think like Sandy. Look at this on the screen. She said for years, she thought she knew what her retirement was going to look like. By 2027, she was going to stop working, sell her house, scale back. She said she felt like downsizing was the realistic way to make her money stretch. But she came across Amplify. She came to our virtual summit. She graduated our academy. She's taken our REIT Accelerator. She's taken our boot camps. Sandy is actually now a mentor to people in our app. She said instead of planning for less, she started planning for more. I learned how to save with intention. She opened her investment accounts. She bought dividend stocks. She bought REITs. She bought growth stocks. But what surprised me the most wasn't just the numbers in my account, but the change in how I thought about myself. I went from asking, am I too late, to realizing it's never too late. The first dividend check I received confirmed it. It confirmed that her money could grow, but so could her confidence. She said, this is why Amplify is important. The wealth gap is widening. Social Security isn't enough. I once thought retirement was about settling down. Now I know it's about stepping up and building the freedom to live life fully. How many of you are over 50 years old right now in this session and you feel behind? Some of you might be in your 30s and you feel behind. How many of you feel like, I don't know if I can retire? How many of you feel like, Ashley, is it too late to start doing this? She's in her 70s. 70s. Buying REITs every month. Collecting thousands in income every month. What if you live another 20, 30, 40 years? Today is your day one. The only reason you think it's too late is because you keep telling yourself it's too late. What if you live another 30 years? Don't you want the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years of your life to be different financially? How many of you sat in this class and said, Ashley, where were you 20 years ago? Ashley, I'm in my 30s. Why didn't they teach me this in school? You see, Amplify wasn't around then. The system is not designed for you to be wealthy. Amplify is designed to put you in a position to learn how to do it yourself. And so I show you, Sandy, because there are some people who feel like you have to downsize your life. I'm telling you, go big. I'm telling you, have the power to create your money. Nobody owes you a check. Put yourself in a position to create it. Now, number 4, you want the REITs that can pay you high dividends. I don't know about you, but I like the high dividends. 4 to 17%. When you pull up the REITs chart, you are going to see a percent at the bottom of it. That is called the dividend yield. That is the percent you are going to get from every share you buy. You're going to see between 4 to 17%. I promise you. Once you start hitting those double digits, that's how you know it's a REIT. Excuse me. That's how you know it's a REIT. Now, let me ask you, how much do you need to buy a property? Right now, if you were to go buy a property all in, how much money does it require for you to start making income from a property? I want everyone writing in the chat. If you were to buy an investment property today, how much do you need to start buying a property? And don't say your down payment, because that's not how much a property costs. If you got to borrow money from the bank, that is now your debt. You have to pay back or they're taking your property. Do you know that if I stop buying REITs, nobody takes my REITs from me and I'm still going to get paid? You don't have to keep buying shares to get paid. You buy it one time. You get paid from that share for the rest of your life. The more shares you buy, the more income. Now, I want everybody to look at the chat. I'm seeing, don't say 20% minimum. Give me a number. How much all in to buy an investment property? All in so that it's ready for you to make rental income. I'm seeing over 100,000, 200,000, 400,000. I'm seeing, look at these numbers. Look at the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the chat. 200,000. Look at the chat. 250,000. How many of you just had that kind of money lying around? The average person doesn't have over 100. And even if it takes 50,000, 25, the average person does not have that. So does that mean you don't get into real estate? So does that mean you don't make passive income? No. So now let's talk some numbers. Here's EPR. EPR is around $50, $55, $60, depending on the day. They pay $3.52 per share. That is about 6.5% in income and interest you're going to get. So for every $55 you put into EPR, you're going to get 6.5% in income paid out. Now, EPR pays out every single month. Okay? Now, $3.52, that's not a lot of money. But you have to buy more shares to collect more income. But the thing is, once you buy EPR, you don't ever have to touch a property. It takes 5 seconds to buy a share in EPR. You go back to your regular life. The money's going to get deposited in your brokerage account. Now, let's break down numbers. Everybody comment numbers in the chat, because I want this to make sense to everybody. If you buy 100 shares of EPR, now remember, you can start with $20. You can buy 100 shares, 1,000 shares. You choose how much you want to start with. You choose the number of shares you want to buy. There's no minimum requirement. All I ask is you buy at least one. Because that $55, you're probably going to spend it. Why not invest in something that can pay you income? Now, you invest and buy 100 shares of EPR. So 100 shares at $54.47 per share. You are going to make every year $352. That's $30 a month. How many of you, if you could make $352 every year for the rest of your life, $30 a month for the rest of your life, and you don't ever have to do anything. You don't touch a property, fix a property, don't borrow money, you don't do anything. How many of you would take that $30 a month? How many of you would take that $352 a year? Comment me in the chat if you would take that money. You invested that one time. You built a portfolio. You bought 100 shares. And now you're getting $30 a month. $352 a year. How many of you would take that money? Comment me in the chat. I know I would. Because I would probably spend the $55. Right? I would probably spend the $55. Instead, I now want to invest in an income producing asset. An income producing asset. Now, we can't retire off this income. However, let's say it took you 15 years, 10 years, I don't know, to own 10,000 shares of EPR. And you're just buying share by share, brick by brick. You're just building share by share. 10,000 shares of EPR. Now, you get $35,000 a year for the rest of your life. How many of you can use an extra $35,000 a year for the rest of your life? But you see, the problem is nobody wants to start with $55. Nobody wants to buy their first share. Oh, that's not a lot of money. Nobody wants to consistently build. Nobody wants to dedicate a day, let alone 15 years. Let me ask you, what was life like 15 years ago for you guys? Imagine if you took this class 15 years ago, how much passive income you could have. Imagine how much passive income you could have if you started 15 years ago. You see, the problem is you don't even want a dedicated year, but you're okay with giving your money to everybody. You don't even want to buy your first share because you feel embarrassed. You see, you don't get embarrassed for starting small. You get embarrassed for not starting at all. What if it took you 10 years? And some of you may say, Ashley, I don't have 10 years. Do you not plan to live another 10 years? Do you not plan to live another 20, 30 years? If you don't have 10 years to invest in you, what have you been doing all your life? How many of you have been working for 20, 30 years of your life? 20, 30 years of your life, but we have no passive income. We don't have any passive income. And I tell you this because you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. Comment, I'm ready in the chat if you are ready to start building. Comment, I'm ready in the chat if you want to evolve. Some of you are just frustrated because you've been spinning your wheels doing everything for everybody. This is your opportunity. Yes, it is going to take you time to build. I never said you were getting rich quick, but once you can build a portfolio that pays you for the rest of your life, guess what happens to it? It pays you for the rest of your life. Guess what happens to it if something happens to you? Oh, we pass it down to our kids. Now we're not passing down generational debt. We're passing down passive income. We're passing down an asset because whether you're here or not, EPR is still paying out dividends. In fact, they paid out over $250,000 in dividends. Somebody's getting it. The question is, why aren't you? Now, here's another REIT, GNL, smaller REIT, less properties, a little riskier, pays out almost 10%. It's $8. $8. Same REIT. Let's say you buy GNL. You're getting now $7,600 a year. You don't do any of the work. You don't do any of the work. And I know I see somebody in the chat. Every time I teach this class, everybody asks about taxes. Do you ask your job about taxes when you go sign up for a job? Every time I teach this class, somebody asks about taxes. Do you understand? We only pay taxes if we make money. Yes, you pay taxes. You think that you're going to get paid free money with no taxes? Yes, you pay taxes. Of course. Do we ever question why we pay taxes on our paycheck? Do we ever question that? So yes, I need you to understand, if you live in America, every time you spend money, make money, or die in this country, you got to pay taxes. So yes, you pay taxes. Do you think you are going to make free passive income for the rest of your life and not pay taxes? Let's be clear. The average person has never heard of a REIT, but billionaires buy REITs all the time. Millionaires buy REITs all the time. Trust fund babies have REITs inside of their trust. You think the IRS is not getting taxes from billionaires? Yes, you got to pay taxes. So the point that I'm making, focus on making the money, because when you make the money, you can hire a good CPA to help you pay less in taxes. So yes, the difference is when you make that $35,000 from EPR every year, oh, that $35,000 touches your bank account. You make $35,000 at your job, you're not going to see 30, 40% of it. It's not touching your account because the IRS gets it first. So yes, you pay taxes. Everybody always asks me that. You only pay taxes when you make money, though. Aren't we all here to make the money? Now, GNL, look at some of their tenants. Dick's Sporting Goods, FedEx, PetSmart, Truist Bank, Home Depot. If you can tell, I am very passionate about this topic, if you cannot tell. This is my life, ladies and gentlemen. I have created thousands of investors who have invested millions together. And they all started coming to this class, buying the first REIT for $20. You see, GNL owns 1,300 properties, over 200 tenants. I don't care how rich I am. I don't want 200 tenants. I don't. But I'll gladly buy a REIT that's $8 that pays me almost 10% in income, and I'll let them do the work while I'm here teaching you, while I'm here building and working at my job so that I can use the money from my job to buy me more income because I'm buying REITs. You see, I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you REITs are going to make you a billionaire. I'm telling you how to leverage REITs to make sure you never run out of money. This is how people retire. This is how you preserve your wealth so that it never runs out, because this is consistent passive income. Now, here's an example. Let's say you get $15,000, you put it in a high yield savings account, giving you 3%. That's $300. That's $400 that year. You take $15,000 and buy a REIT like GNL, that's almost $1,500 that year. Same 15,000, same person, shooting at two different baskets. You came to this class to learn how to build income. You came to this class because you don't have a lot to start. You came to this class because you are ready for a change. This is your wake-up call. Exactly how I made it sound simple is exactly how simple it is. I'm not telling you to be a master in real estate. I'm telling you to understand how a REIT works, how tenants work, and how dividends are paid. I'm not telling you to go master fixing the toilet. You don't need to do all of that. I don't have time for that. My niece is 8 and she owns REITs. She's never touched a property a day in her life. And she gets paid every month because she owns dividend paying investments. And so whether you like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, $1.66 trillion in dividends was paid out last year. $1.66 trillion. Don't you think you deserve at least $100? Aren't we worthy of a seat at the table? Aren't we? Think about it. You're going to use the real estate. You are the reason grocery stores pay rent, because you buy groceries. You are the reason an Amazon's landlord exists, because you shop on Amazon. Don't you think you own a piece? I challenge everyone, every time you walk into a commercial building, find out if it's owned by a REIT. Google it. Because if it's owned by a REIT, you can own a piece of it and get paid income. So let me ask you, what is your plan for 2026? What is your strategy? You've worked so hard. You've done the best that you could do. What is your blueprint? I literally was looking at my numbers this year. I literally spent over $220,000 on coaches, on masterminds, on retreats, because I want to build $1 billion business and I'm worth the investment. At no point do I think I can do this alone when there's someone who has done what I am trying to do, create what I am trying to create. They've done it already. You see, I bought a REIT because I saw rich people doing it. I didn't read a book. I watched rich people. I learned from Wall Street. You have to step outside of your comfort zone and understand you don't have all the answers. You didn't learn this in school. Stop beating up on yourself. No one talks about this in your family, but they do at the dinner table with all my clients on Wall Street. Now it's your time to be that Wall Street client. Now it is your time to change your family's financial legacy. We are walking into a new year. I need you to stop thinking and operating and handling your money the way you've handled it up until this point. You can no longer just work and spend. The wealth gap is getting wider. You ever notice the rich get richer? But they're all investors. So remember, you don't need a lot of money to build passive income. You don't need an advisor. You don't have to be an expert in real estate. You don't need to be an expert in the stock market. You don't need a credit score to make passive income. You don't need a tenant. You don't. This is another avenue that is simple, where you don't have to put in a ton of effort. So recap, get that brokerage account open. The best way to invest in real estate, especially if you're just starting out, consider REITs. Know which ones are best positioned to pay you forever, and make sure you know the high ones. Make sure I gave you this slide. Make sure you know how many tenants they have. Make sure you know the tenants that they do have. Now, I see there is a lot of questions. I want to be cognizant of everybody's time. Who is ready to take this to the next level? Comment next level in the chat. Who is ready to look, Ashley, I'm tired of doing this alone. Ashley, I want to build income. Ashley, I want to take what I have and build from there and focus on creating more, doing more. Ashley, I've been showing up for everybody and I'm exhausted. I now want to pour into me. I now want to show up for me. This is the year you show up for you. This is the year you change your financial life because, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if the economy is getting better, but that doesn't mean you have to decline right on with it. I need you to step outside of your comfort zone and step in front of what's happening and play offense. We're not running from the market. We're not scared of a president. Who cares if you like or dislike who's in office? Last time I checked, no president had you build well, put you through college, or put food on your table. Therefore, no president should dictate your financial future. The person in the mirror does. So let's lock in. Now, check-in time. Was this helpful? Those of you who have been rocking with me since the beginning, did you learn something? Did I give you what I promised you? Do you understand why I do this? Do you understand how, yes, it is simple? Do you understand how it is possible to start with $20? You see, I value every time that I allocate to teach these. I value your time. I value your energy. But I know what the school system didn't teach me. And I went to one of the best public schools in Philadelphia. And I didn't learn this. Now, some of you are ready to go to that next level. Some of you are ready to say, Ashley, I'm ready to do more, be more, and I need a strategy. Ashley, I need support. Ashley, I need to immerse myself and go deeper. Now, if you are ready for me to talk through how we can do this together so that you can do this on your own, and that's fine. Some of you, Ashley, I got it. And some of you are, Ashley, I have more questions. Ashley, I need a bigger roadmap. Ashley, I want to pick the right REITs at the right time with the best price to make sure I can pay off my mortgage. Ashley, I need help. But here's the catch. We got 45 days. 45 days to get this done. I want you walking into the new year with passive income, where we are working together alongside like-minded people who have been where you are, but want more for themselves. Everybody comment in the chat, I have 45 days. If you don't have 45 days, I'm not talking to you. But this is not something you need a whole year. You don't need a year to buy a REIT. You don't. We need 45 days. 45 days. Our REIT accelerator is closing. And we have, I believe, 250 slots left for this cohort. Now, let me tell you about this program. This program is our most exclusive program that we only open twice a year. Literally in the springtime and in the winter. Twice a year. We are about to close the doors. I am about to start traveling in the new year, and we are not teaching REITs for a very long time. Now, let me tell you what this program is, how it works, because this is not for everybody. This is for those of you who want more, who want to take this a step further. Now, when you get in the REIT Accelerator, it is housed in our app. You will have your own custom account. We're going to dig deeper into REITs. We're going to make sure you have your portfolio set up from start to finish. You are going to have access to a solid research strategy. You are going to have an understanding how to build and manage your passive income, to hit your passive income goal, Beverly, to hit your passive income goal, Marla. Now, inside the REIT Accelerator is the course. The moment you are in, you get immediate access. I want you starting immediately. Step-by-step videos. Everything is organized, lesson by lesson. You only need 2 to 3 hours per week. That is it. This is not a college course. This is not a semester of learning. 2 to 3 hours. We're talking about 2% of your life to make sure you get paid for the rest of your life. There's literally 5 steps. Mastering REITs, how they work, how you're making money, creating your strategy. By the end of the REIT accelerator, as long as you graduate and finish, you will have passive income coming in within 90 days of you finishing. You will come out as an investor. Comment, I'm an investor in the chat. And there's extra bonus trainings. If you are brand new, don't worry. If you don't have an account set up, don't worry. We will help you do it. There are trainings in there to show you how to process a transaction, how to walk through your brokerage account, how to open the brokerage account. Those of you who just need that extra help, there's sessions in there for brand new investors. You also have access to a network. How many of you are going into 2026 wanting a stronger network? How many of you are going into the new year and you want a better environment? You want to leave some people behind in 2025, and you want to be around like-minded people who stretch you. How many of you want to be stretched? How many of you want to evolve? How many of you got to step away from your family and your friends because they're draining you? You see, our oldest member in this app now is 80 years old. 80. So if you are not 80 years old and you are younger, don't you dare tell me you can't buy a REIT. Don't you dare tell me it's too late when there are people who are in their 80s. We got a man and a woman that's 80 years old. Now, in addition, if you're like me, I need extra help sometimes. I'm that girl that stayed after class and asked the teacher for help. So there are live trainings twice a month at minimum. We have Q&As, office hours. We dissect companies together. We do research together. Now, just in case you miss any live session, there are on-demand replays. You have access to every replay in your account. You actually have access to all the replays, the previous case studies we've done. But any live session that you cannot come to will live in your account and is uploaded in your account to watch. Once you are finished, we celebrate you. Can you imagine we have a virtual graduation. Imagine being celebrated for building income for your family. We send you a gift. We send you a certificate. We celebrate you at Amplify because I understand not many of you had access to information like this. Not many of you had family members who could teach you this. A lot of you are the first-time wealth builders in your family. Now, the REIT Accelerator is not for everybody. It is for the individual, most importantly, who is ready to level up for the new year. It is not for someone who operates like you could do it all by yourself, because we don't leave you alone. We are there to support you. It is for the individual that is employed but does not want to work for the rest of their life. The individual who is ready to quit, but you need to get your money in order. The individual that wants to retire and they need reliable income. The individual who wants to get into real estate, who wants to make extra income, but they're ready to start small so they can build big. It's for the parent who wants a strategy just like the one I have for my 8-year-old niece, so that your kids aren't asking you for money. They're living off their dividends. Now, I want you guys to meet Jacinda, because Jacinda's a graduate of the REIT Accelerator. She invested $3,500. Now she has $900 in passive income coming in. She owns G&L. She owns Realty Income. She's looking at Simon Stagg and Digital Realty. But look at what her biggest win was. Her biggest win, she says, was developing a plan to continue investing more in REITs this year and forever. Her biggest win is her ability to now know every time she buys a REIT, her dividend income will never be the same. Every month you're going to make more money. Every month you can start with what you have and where you are. Now listen, if you're here, it's not an accident. You are determined to build wealth and you know that you deserve more. You know that you are ready to take the next step. But now you believe it's a good time to start using REITs as another way to make extra income. You now have somebody that can hold your hand. You now have a proven system. Everybody comment system in the chat. A proven system. A step-by-step process, a plug and play where you don't have to do this by yourself. Thousands of people have graduated this program. We produce this like clockwork, but it's a big program for us to be focused on you. So we only do it twice a year. And we are stepping into 2026 as passive income earners. Look at this. This is literally a snapshot of just our recent graduates. I need to see Sonia, Yolanda. I need to see Kyle, Alicia on this list. I need to see Gregory Williams on this list. Lisa Wade, Cassandra, Yolanda Peel. I need you on this list. Now, here's what you get. You have access to the program. Now, you are in the Read Accelerator. You have access for the year. You do. And even when you're finished, we will invite you to our graduate space. It comes with the program where all the advanced investors go. You have access to the live trainings. You have access to the network. Now, let me tell you this. This Read Accelerator right here, ladies and gentlemen, companies are paying $4,000 just for this program. Companies are paying me $10,000 to talk. But right now for you guys, the Read Accelerator is only $14.97. Go to amplify.link/READACC. Now, let me explain something. There are two ways you can pay for this program. One, you can pay in full. $1,497. That is it. Now, this program online is $2,000. Because you are here in this session, this is the only way you can get in at the discounted rate. I'm telling you, when we close the doors, it's going back to $2,000. So you have to make a decision now. Get in the Read Accelerator. You can go to amplify.link/READACC. Now, when you get in, you can start. You also can do buy now, pay later. So if you go to amplify.link/READACC, go to the buy now, pay later option. Click that button. You can space out your payments over 30 days. You can space it out over 6 months. Some people even space it out over a year. Amplify.link. You can use Klarna or Afterpay, or you can do a 2-payment plan process. First payment, $797 up front, you're in the program. 2 weeks later, the second $797 will come out, and you are good for the entire year. When you graduate the Read Accelerator, we will invite you to Reach Street. That is our advanced graduate room where everyone who has graduated the Read Accelerator can be a part of it. It does not come at an additional cost. It does not come. It comes with your Read Accelerator, but you must graduate to get into Reach Street. Now, here's one of our most recent REIT MVPs, Mandy. She said she was exposed to another investment vehicle. She was able to learn about REITs, warehouses, industrial REITs, office center REITs. She was able to build on her knowledge of other programs she took in our app. She said it was another course available to help me continue to committing to building my knowledge and education. She is obsessed with growth, obsessed with learning. It opened her eyes to the world around me. I now see signs for REITs. Had it not been for this course, I don't think I would have ever paid this much attention the way I am now. Mandy now is a REIT investor. Mandy now, she took a bunch of programs in our app. She graduated the Read Accelerator. She was our MVP. Now, when you get in the Read Accelerator, there are a couple bonuses, and I got one special bonus for you guys. But here's what I want to do. I have something special. I want to pick one person. We are having an exclusive Atlanta event. I want to fly one person to Atlanta with me for the day. January 10th in Atlanta, spend the day with me. We have an in-person 2026 wealth planning event. I want to pick one person that gets in the Read Accelerator tonight. One person. I want to fly you to Atlanta, and I want you to come and be with me in Atlanta for this in-person event. You are going to see so many REIT graduates here, so many people from our app coming to this event. Now, when you get in, I'm seeing somebody say, pick me. Who just said pick? I'm seeing Annie says, pick me. Amplify.link/READACC. So here's what I'm going to do. The team is going to pick someone that we're going to bring out to Atlanta. One person, amplify.link/READACC. Remember, you can do buy now, pay later. You can do the payment plan, or you can pay in full. But the price for the public is $2,000. You have access for the entire year. Now, you don't need a year to buy a REIT. I'm challenging you 45 days. Now, when you get in, there's a bonus section. You're going to get the top apps to use as a beginner investor. You're going to get access to ReitStreet when you graduate. Amplify.link/REIT-ACC. You're also going to get the top 25 REITs to consider for cash flow. How many of you want some REIT investment ideas? How many of you like, Ashley, well, where do I start? What do I buy? There's a guide as soon as you get in the REIT Accelerator, a bonus guide with 25 of the top REITs that you can invest in today. We're going to tell you how many properties they own, the different types of REITs that it is. Everything is inside of this guide so that you're not starting from scratch. Amplify.link/REIT-ACC. EMPIFY.link/REIT-REIT-ACC. There's also a training where I walk through my REIT portfolio. So now not only are we going to help you build your portfolio, you are now going to see what REITs I own. What REITs I own. And I'm also going to throw in another exclusive bonus for you guys. Inside of our app, we are having a 2-day virtual 2026 blueprint training. Everybody's invited. If you are in the REIT Accelerator, you are going to be invited to our 2026 virtual 2-day virtual experience where we're going to map out your whole 2026 strategy with you. It's going to be an exciting, we do this big virtual event for the whole app. Thousands of people are coming. Everyone in the REIT Accelerator is invited. Everyone is invited. Amplify.link/REIT-ACC. This is the event. Who wants to be flown to Atlanta? Comment I'm in if you are inside the REIT Accelerator. Comment I am working on it if you are working on it. Who wants to fly to Atlanta? This is our 2026 wealth activation. The strategic plan for your wealth roadmap in Atlanta, Georgia. I want to fly one person who gets in the REIT Accelerator tonight to spend the day with me. You will be my special guest to spend the day with me. I'm seeing people say, I want to come. Amplify.link/REIT-ACC. Get in right now. Get in. Here's what you're getting. You're getting the REIT Accelerator. You have access to ReitStreet once you graduate. That's the advanced room where we do case studies. We had the CEO of GNL come. You get access to the top 25 REITs to consider with the highest cash flow. You get the top apps to use as an investor. You get the REITs that I own walk-through live session. These are going to be bonuses right at the top. Go to amplify.link/REIT-ACC. Now, let me tell you this. We are closing the REIT Accelerator literally in a matter of days. I am traveling at the top. I'm literally going to be traveling at the top of 2026. I'm traveling. I am not teaching this class. I will not be teaching REITs. We will not have this cohort open. The price is going back to the original price of $2,000. So if you want to get in, do buy now, pay later. This is your opportunity to make an investment in you. This is your opportunity for you to stop playing small and let's go big. You are going to come out of this REIT Accelerator as a graduate, having passive income coming in. You are going to have clarity and structure on how you can build a passive income portfolio, a 4- and 5-figure passive income portfolio. You are going to walk out of this REIT Accelerator knowing exactly what you need to do to make sure your dividends pay for the program. How many of you want to make sure your dividends can help you cover the cost of the program? You see, this is an investment and it's not for everybody. We have had this program for 5 years. Thousands of people have gone through this program. And here's what I want to do. And again, team, get ready, team. We're going to pick one person that got into the REIT Accelerator, and I'm picking one person to fly you to Atlanta for our event. Now, I want to show you a recent someone who just graduated the REIT Accelerator. Like literally just graduated the REIT Accelerator. I want to show you a woman who just graduated. Watch this, guys. Watch this.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. All right. So I was over here doing these greens, beans, potatoes. All right, whatever. So getting ready for Thanksgiving. But I just want to say I am so grateful and thankful that I came across Ashley's program. I've done all the programs. I'm in the process of where I was just rebuilding after a 30-year marriage. And so I didn't know what to do. I've gone through every program, life search. I mean, I've done them all. And nothing has taught me as much as going through this program. So I am REITs owners. I got REITs coming, right? I own them all. I know what to do now. I am one of those people that I teach and inspire and show other people. So every time I'm around someone, you around me for 5 minutes, you're going to learn about REITs in this program, because that's just how I'm breaking it down, because I want them all to know so that they can also take advantage of what I'm learning and be able to build and be good and be ready. So I'm just so grateful. I think I signed up, went through the first program last month. And then I signed up for the REIT Accelerator last week, finished the program, and I'm here at graduation today. So I'm ready to go. What's next? I'm ready. What's the next thing? So thank you so much.
You're moving and shaking. Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Look. Again, congratulations to you as well. And I love the fact that you are always excited to share what you are learning. That's how we change, our families, communities, and ultimately the world. We got to share the knowledge. So, right. Carolyn, congratulations to you. And I know you're over there working on Thanksgiving. Just save me a plate. All
right. And I'm ready to open the LA chapter. I've already inquired. So if you live in LA, let me know.
Ladies and gentlemen, she just graduated. You literally saw her cooking Thanksgiving dinner. And the guy you saw, he is literally one of the best REIT educators in the world. When I say we had hundreds of people just graduate and we have 100 more coming down the pipeline, when you get into the REIT Accelerator, there's going to be a week-by-week breakdown, step by step. You are going to come out within the next 45 days. You are going to have your first REIT investment. You are going to get paid consistent income within 90 days or less. You are going to have your passive income strategy. You are going to have a structure in place so that you know how to thrive in the year 2026. You are going to have your accounts open. You are going to have a network of people. You saw that woman. She came to one of our other events. She said, I want to take the REIT Accelerator. She now wants to create an LA chapter. All of you, there are so many opportunities for you to build. I want you to take advantage of this year. I want you to take advantage of what you have access to. I want you to make the decision to evolve and grow financially. And I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Gina. Everybody say congratulations to Gina. Gina is in the REIT Accelerator. Olivia Cephas is in the REIT Accelerator. Shout out to Kimberly, who's in the REIT Accelerator. Valerie, who's in the REIT Accelerator. Andrews is in the REIT Accelerator. Adrian is in the REIT Accelerator. I am excited. I'm just seeing William says I am in. I'm in there. I love it. Congratulations to everyone that's getting in the REIT Accelerator. Now, how many of you are over 50 years old? Anyone in here over 50? Ashley, I want to build my portfolio. I want to evolve. I need help. What if it is too late? I want to show you another one because I'm all about showing you real people of all shapes, sizes, living in different parts of the world. I want to show you another woman. Now, this woman, Stephanie, she didn't start with a lot of money. I want to show you guys Stephanie because Stephanie is a graduate of the REIT Accelerator. She comes to our events, and a lot of you can relate, especially if you don't want to start with a lot of money. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Stephanie. I want to show you guys Stephanie.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Oden, and I've been with the Wealth Builders community for 5.5 months. And the thing that I've noticed about the REIT Accelerator program is that it was different from other programs. I've been to other workshops. Their whole goal was to get me to buy their portfolio or buy their service. Well, the thing that I like about the REIT Accelerator program and the Wealth Builders community is we were getting information and knowledge to equip us to make the best decision for where we were. You could actually move and grow at your own pace. The biggest that flipped the switch immediately for me was when I heard Ashley talk about you don't save your way to wealth. It just, everything clicked. And you know what? I had $50 when I started. I invested $50. Ashley said we could do it with $50. I did it with $50. I have a portfolio now. I have a brokerage account. I am bold in my knowledge and understanding. It changed my shopping habits. Now, when I shop, I don't shop for things. I shop for REITs. So if you want to know about some of those things, you definitely want to be in the next REIT Accelerator. And I look forward to welcoming you to our community.
How many of you can relate to Stephanie? You see how she started with just $50? I want you to understand, we talked about tons of REITs you can own. We go even deeper in the REIT Accelerator so that you're not having to start with a bunch of money, but you can build consistent income. I'm also going to show you how you can compound your income. Compound your income so that every month you are making more strategic decisions, getting paid more income every month, and showing you the strategy you need to reinvest those dividends. And so shout out to Kimberly. I see Kimberly's in the REIT Accelerator. Valerie's in the REIT Accelerator. Barbara's in the REIT Accelerator. Are we ready to do a giveaway? Now, before I do the giveaway, remember, get in the REIT Accelerator. Go to amplify.link/REITACC. You can do buy now, pay later. You can do the payment plan, two payments of $797, one today. The second one will be 2 weeks from now. The second one. Now, here's another woman. She finished the REIT Accelerator in 10 days. Literally. She posted, I did it. The REIT Accelerator was on fire. She picked up so many jewels from Rob's videos, the bonus sessions, the live and replay sessions. The special guests were mind-blowing. Once I started, I locked in for 4 days straight. She locked in. That's how intense and valuable the information that we share. Completing this class has accelerated my level of investment. Comment, let's go in the chat. How many of you want passive income in the new year? How many of you don't want to have to keep working for the rest of your life, but want to start putting the money you have to work? How many of you comment, let's go in the chat. Go to amplify.link/REITACC. Now I want to take a second and I want to answer any questions. If you had a question that I did not answer, put it in the chat. I'm giving you 30 seconds. We are going to pick the winner that we are flying to Atlanta January 10th, our 2026 wealth activation, where we are going to build your 2026 wealth plan. You are going to be in a room. Can you imagine being in a room with investors? Imagine people coming in, locked in for the new year, learning more about investing, building a plan. People who are making thousands in income. Some people that are coming to this event have been in our app for 5 years. Shout out to Darlene. Martha is in the REIT Accelerator. Allie is in the REIT Accelerator. Nia, I think I'm saying NYIA is in the REIT Accelerator. Comment I am in if you are inside the REIT Accelerator. Now, if you have any questions, write it in the chat. Is this a beginner's course? Yes. Now, if you have invested before but have never invested in REITs, this is a program that you can implement. This is a strategy that you can implement. How long do you have access? You have access to the REIT Accelerator and REIT Street once you finish for the year. What happens is if I have questions, we have around the clock support for you guys. We also have live trainings at least twice a month, but everyone is going to be invited to our 2-day virtual 2026 Blueprint series. 2-day virtual at the top of January. Thousands of people are going to be there. Is there a payment plan option? Yes. You can do 2 payments of $797, one today, the second one 2 weeks from now. But you can also do buy now, pay later. I have seen people with payments of less than $200 a month using the buy now, pay later option. Every payment plan is customizable to you. You can do a 30-day payment plan, 60-day, 6 months payment plan, 1 year payment plan. It is up to you guys, but it is available. Go to amplify.link/REITACC. All right, are we ready? Congratulations to Shamira. I see Shamira is inside of the REIT Accelerator. Those of you who are in, check your inboxes. Get in the program, create your account. Let's lock in. When you get in, you're either going to be on Team Ashley or Team Rob. Hopefully you're on my team because we always win. but you are in good company. You are in good company. I see Darian. Darian says, I'm in. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? Go to amplify.link/REIT-ACC. I see Phyllis is in. Kevin is in. All right, I'm giving you 15 seconds. Team, here are the rules. 15 seconds to get in. Amplify.link/REIT-ACC. Here are the rules. If I call your name, and you are the winner tonight, I need you, as fast as you can, to comment, I'm here in the chat so that we can see you. In order to win tonight, you must be here in the session with us. When we call your name, if you are the winner, I am going to connect you with my assistant. We're going to book your travel. We're flying you to Atlanta for the day. You are with me for the day. You are my special guest. And we are going to be with each other for the day. You're going to meet so many investors, so many members in our app, so many REIT graduates. I challenge you to ask as many questions, immerse yourself in the room. You are going to meet people of all ages, walks, shapes, and sizes at this 2026 in-person wealth activation in Atlanta, our headquarters. Who is ready to get flown to Atlanta, spend the day with me so we can start 2026 off right? Comment, pick me in the chat if you want me to pick you. Amplify.link/REIT-ACC. All right, here is the winner. Everybody comment drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Comment drum roll in the chat. Here is the winner. The winner is Olivia Williams. Is Olivia Williams. Olivia Williams. Is Olivia Williams here? Olivia Williams. If you are here, please comment, I'm here in the chat. Olivia Williams. Team, let's look and see if we see Olivia Williams. Olivia Williams in the chat. Do we see Olivia Williams? Olivia Williams, are you here? Team, do we see Olivia? If you are here, comment, I'm here. Miss Olivia Williams, you are the winner. Now, the rules are, Miss Olivia, you have to be here. So let's hope Olivia is here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's congratulate her. Miss Olivia Williams. Is Olivia Williams here inside of? Hold on. Do we see Olivia, team? Hold on. We're looking for you. Jacqueline says she's in. Olivia, please comment, I'm in. I'm here in the chat. Miss Olivia Williams, do we see you, darling? Where are you, darling? Come on. Do we see Miss Olivia Williams? Hold on. All right, hold on. Let me check in with the team. Now, if we don't see Olivia, we might have to call somebody else, which means you still have time to get in the REIT accelerator. Amplify.link/REIT-ACC, EMPIFY.link/REIT-ACC. Hold on, team. Let me check in with the team. Check in with the team. Oh, wait. I see ya. Hold on. Okay. So team, I'm seeing someone says, I am here. Is that you, Miss Olivia? Miss Olivia, is that Olivia? Hold on. I want to make sure is that you? Because I see your username. Team, let me talk to the team. Hold on. Let me write them. Do we see her? Hold on. Amplify.link/REIT-ACC. Now, here's the deal. I want you guys to know we only have 250 slots available. Only 250 slots. And I'm not sure how many people. Okay, so yes, her. Okay, so Miss Olivia Williams, I do not see her. Do we see her? Team, do we see her? Hold on. Is talking to the team. Hold on 1 second. We might have to do another giveaway. Hold on. Do we see her? Amplify.link. All right, team. I don't think we see Miss Olivia. We might have to pick someone else. Hold on. Hold on. All right, so here's what I want to do. I'm seeing Elizabeth say I am in. All right. I see it. Julie says I am in. Okay. Here's what I want to do. I want to see, the team is still looking for Olivia, but here's what I want to do. I want to give away $250 to someone who's in the Read Accelerator. Can I do another giveaway? Can we do another? I want to give away $250 to someone who gets inside of the Read Accelerator. Can I do another giveaway? Is that okay? I want to fund somebody before you even start the REAP portfolio. I want to give away $250 to someone who gets in the Read Accelerator tonight. Now, here's what I want, Amplify.link. Now, remember, yes, you can do buy now, pay later. Yes, you can do a payment plan. Yes, you can. Go to Amplify.link. Pick a customized payment plan. Yes, pick a customized payment plan. Amplify.link/REAPACC. I'm seeing a lot of people say, I am in. I love it. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 60 seconds. We're going to pick another winner, and I'm going to give away $250 to fund somebody's portfolio. Meaning, and all I need you to do is when you finish this Read Accelerator or before, that you use that money to buy. Already, you're going to have passive income coming in before the Read Accelerator even gets started. Now, here's what I want to do. How many of you want to see inside the Read Accelerator? Anybody want to see inside of the Read Accelerator? Ashley, I want to see, is this real? How many of you would like, look, I want to see if this is real. Show me what this thing looks like. Comment in the chat, show me. Comment in the chat, show me in the chat if you want to see what the Read Accelerator is, what it looks like. Comment, show me in the chat. Comment, Amplify.link. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm still going to do the giveaway to $250. I need you here, but get in the Read. This is for everyone who gets in the Read Accelerator. So we're picking someone. Amplify.link/REAPACC. All right, here, let me share my screen. The moment you get inside the Read Accelerator, let me share my screen. Hold on. Let me share my screen. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Boom. Now, can everyone see my screen? All right, here we go. When you get inside of the Read Accelerator, right here, you are going to see the About Help Desk section. All the details you need about the Read Accelerator, how to get your downloads, what you need to do to start. Right here is the course. Right here is the course. And this is absolutely insane that this program is discounted for you guys. Literally 25% off just for you guys. And there's only 250 slots. And that was at the start of the class. I know there are tons of people, Janet, Maya, Julian just got in. Congratulations, who are in the Read Accelerator. When the doors close, I'm telling you, we have to shut it down and it's going back to the regular price. I will not be teaching REAP classes anymore. I am traveling at the top of 2026. I'm not going to be able to do a really big cohort like this. So if you've been wanting to get into REITs, if you've been wanting to invest, if you need help, if you are someone you're just tired of doing this by yourself and you need a mentor, comment, I need a mentor. Comment, I need a coach. The moment you get in the Read Accelerator, you'll see the course. Right here at the top are your bonus materials. Here are the top REITs that I own, the top apps you use as an investor. You're just going to click right here. It'll download to your device. You'll also be able to get the top 25 REITs to consider. Those are going to be available to you. Bonuses are right there as soon as you get there. The top 5 REITs that'll pay you monthly. These bonuses are there and available for you. Now, if you continue to scroll down, here are some extra helpful resources. Remember, I told you guys, if you're brand new, you need your account open. Which is the best brokerage account for me, right? Which is the best brokerage account for me? Guide and training. If you are international, there are international, that we have top brokerage accounts for international investors. How to navigate Fidelity and Charles Schwab. Now, if you keep scrolling, let's go to step 1. Every step has a guide. So some people like to print it out. Some people like to type in it on their computer, but every step has a guide attached. Now, here's the first class. First class, we're breaking down what a REIT is, digging deeper, further into what REITs were, what REITs are, how they work. taking a step further from what we talked about in this class though. Every session is anywhere between 40 minutes to an hour. You can pause it, you can rewind it, right? You see people on the side saying 2 days ago, somebody said done, 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 lesson completed. In each step, there's something called hot topics. You now have extra guides. You now have additional learning resources that you have access to, which is a plug and play. So here's remember we talked about that REIT.com website? We walk you through the website. There's different resources to continue your learning to help supplement the classes. You're going to go through each step. Every step is going to unlock as you go. Amplify.link/REITACC. Comment, I'm working on it if you're still working on it. And remember, you can do buy now, pay later. Do not wait till the last minute and the doors close on you. Do not wait to plan for 2026 in 2025. Let's lock in. Let's build. Let's grow, guys. Now, right here is the feed. So on the feed, this is where we're talking all the time. So you can see Jason just completed challenge 1 and challenge 2. So he's knocked out the first 2 steps. This individual says, I'm ready for the shopping spree. This is me breaking down. So I'm always posting tips for you guys, helping you understand REITs. I literally just broke down Realty Income and all their tenants. So there's tons. So you'll see everybody talking on the timeline. Rob is breaking down terms for you guys. So in addition to the classes, there are more tips, more conversations, so you can immerse yourself in this language. And you can see everyone's always posting on the timeline. Now, to see everyone that's inside the REIT Accelerator, look at all the people. There are people from all over the world. The members that are near me, the account executives, we have accountants, we have authors. There's tons of people. Comment environment if you need to level up your environment. And congratulations to Kim. Kim, I see you're in the REIT Accelerator. Janet, Ruth, Marsha, or Marcy. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Hope I said it right. I see you inside the REIT Accelerator. Clarence is in the REIT Accelerator. Congratulations. The moment you get in, ladies and gentlemen, you have access to this. Now, when you graduate, though, we are going to give you a special invite. It comes with the program. You don't have to pay anything additional for REIT Street. This is where you go after you finish. This is where you go to be around the advanced investors. This is the REIT Street Elite members. We have a lot of resources for you guys. The resource area, there are previous training, 3 ways to find properties and tenants. REIT Street learning, dividend strategies, one-on-one. What is FIFO? This is the advanced. So once you graduate, the learning doesn't stop. There are more resources for you. Here you have access. We go through all different types of REITs with you guys. So this is a special exclusive invite you'll get once you finish. Comment, I'm graduating if you plan to graduate the REIT Accelerator. Comment, I'm grad. So this is just a sneak peek into the REIT Accelerator that you guys are going to get immediate access to. Now, are we ready to give away the $250? Comment, I'm ready in the chat. And again, if I want to go back because I want to make sure I answer you guys' questions. If I did not answer your question, please, 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 please comment in the chat. I want to take a second to give those who did not get their questions answered. Please, 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 did not get their questions answered to put your question in the chat. And I want to show you guys one more special person who graduated the REIT Accelerator. This woman is in her 70s. And when I say commitment, when I say dedication, when I say this woman is now smarter than her financial advisors that she hired before she came into the act. This woman is committed. Comment commitment in the chat. How many of you just want to be locked in and committed during 2026 evolution of you? How many of you, I want you to know when you go through this REIT Accelerator, you are going to come out unrecognizable. You're not going to know what hits you. You are never going to look at real estate the same. I want to show you guys Lynn, one of the most special people in our app who came into this platform at 70, investing in REITs.
If a community of everyone, it doesn't just have to be a certain type of community, but all of us as people, we're people. We're not, to me, anything more than just human beings. And I so love being in this group. I feel a part of a family and a community for once in my life of like-minded people. And like-minded people have power and can do a lot, not just with money, but because of the love and the sentiment that we can be together. And as far as I'm concerned, you will all be my family until I take my last breath. And I can't thank you enough, Rob, for all your teaching. And I'm going to stay in this community for the rest of my days and invest in whatever is the next best thing to do. And I thank you all very, very much, because this has been the most pleasurable thing I have done, regardless of my career and everything else. So thank you.
Can relate to Lynn. How many of you just need connection? You need purpose. You need confidence. You need strength. You need a system. And when I say at Amplified, I stand on this. We have a no member left behind policy. So if you need help, if you are falling off, if you are confused, if you need guidance, we are here to support you. We have a phenomenal graduation rate. So if you are not someone who plans to graduate, if you are not someone who wants to finish strong, if you are someone who likes procrastinating and you want to bring procrastination into the new year, this is not a program you want to be a part of. But if you are a mother, a grandparent who wants to build for their family, who wants to show up because you are just tired. You are tired of being in a career you want to let go of. You are tired of working. You want to travel. You want freedom. I'm here to tell you it's going to require you to show up for you now. It's going to require you to build for you now. It is going to require you to let go of the habits that have been holding you back all year long. You are going to have to unlearn some things and make the commitment to show up. And even if you are just starting small, I want you to be grateful that you have and are in the position to be able to start at all. Do you know how many people don't have this information? And so I want everyone to just make the commitment in 2026 to be a wealth builder, to stop letting everyone make money off of you, everyone using your energy. You just been pouring out your cup to everybody. Now it's time to pour out to you. And I am excited for everyone who has made the decision to take this leap of faith and bet on you. Because I promise you, I'm in that app every day. I promise you, thousands of people have graduated this program. I promise you, if you want to meet more people who have gone through this program, more people like Lynn, more people like Stephanie, we have tons of them, tons of stories for you. But I am here to let you know nobody's coming to save you anymore. No president, no system is going to put you in a position to create the life you deserve. And you are not going to find a better company, a platform that is dedicated to helping you build a REIT portfolio. It's not happening. Trust me, I've looked it up. We are the best, and we partner with the #1 organization who supports all REITs, NAREIT. So now let's get to this winner. Are we ready? I want to announce a winner of the $250. I promise you that. Is Jennifer D. Benson here? Is Jennifer D. Benson, amplify.link/REITACC. Amplify.link. And now some of you, this is going to be a no-brainer. You are ready to get in, to lock in. For some of you, you might have to figure out how to get in and make this investment. But I'm going to tell you now, there are companies paying us $4,000. We have 6-figure contracts just for this program. Just for this program. I want you to know that I charge $10 an hour to talk. I am with you for the entire year. So I want you to understand that this is an investment in you. And the price is going back to 2000. I know our value. I know our platform. I know how structured it is. I know how many lives have been changed. I know how much passive income I've seen our members create. I have watched people build 6-figure portfolios, create 6 figures in passive income because of this program. I know our value. I know that when you get into this program, I promise you, you show up and finish, you are going to have passive income. I promise you. That is the power of showing up. That is the power of REITs. So is Miss Jennifer D. Benson in this session? Because Miss Jennifer, you are the winner. Do we see Miss Jennifer? Jennifer, if you are here, I want you to comment, I'm here, I'm here. Go to amplify.link/REITACC team. Do we see Jennifer? Is Jennifer here? Miss Jennifer Benson. Do we see Miss Jennifer Benson? Hold on. Let me talk to the team. Hold on. I'm not leaving this session without giving you your guide. Here's Lynn. I'll show you guys Lynn in a second. Let me give you your guide. I promise you a guide. Here you go. Those of you who stayed to the end, go text the word guide to 855-923. If you are already in the REIT Accelerator, this guide is in the bonus section for you. So you don't have to text. If you are here, here's the top 5 REITs that will pay you monthly. I promised you a guide. I'm giving you a guide. 855-923-4489. Text the word guide to 855-923-4489. We are going to send you this free guide, top 5 REITs that pay you monthly. Now, hold on. Do we see Jennifer? Do we see Jennifer? Hold on. Is Miss Jennifer D. Benson here? Jennifer, are you here? Team, do we see Jennifer? All right, hold on. I think Jennifer just, okay. Who is here that is in the REIT Accelerator, wants to win $250? Is Miss, I think Jennifer left us. I think she left us. Who is here that is inside the REIT Accelerator? Who's still working on it and wants to win $250? If you are still in, amplify.link/REITACC. I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds. I don't think Jennifer is here. We are going to pick one more person. I am not walking away till I give these giveaways out. I am not walking away. Amplify.link/REITACC. The winner is Miss Nia O. Garrison or Naya. Your name is either Nia or Naya. Naya Garrison. Are you here? Comment, I'm here. Amplify.link/REITACC. Naya or Nia Garrison. Miss Garrison, are you in the building? Okay, hold on. I see someone says, there you go. You are here. So you are our winner. You have won $250. So here's what I need you to do. Send an email to info@amplify.com. info@empify.com. Okay? Tell us how you want us to send your, actually, we actually gonna have a system where you're going to connect the bank account you want us to send you the money. Send us an email. We'll get you locked in so we can get you your $250. Can we say congratulations to Miss Garrison? Because she is our winner. She's been locked in. She's in the REIT Accelerator. Miss Garrison, you can use that $250, build your REIT portfolio. Let's go into this new year and walk in our purpose and walk into a space where we are no longer settling. We are creating the life that we want because the ball is in our court. We are the only individuals, the only wealth builders that are going to change our financial futures. And it's about time we lock in and do it. I'm seeing everyone say congratulations, 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 congratulations. And I want you to know, Ms. Garrison, you have been very active during this session. I remember seeing you during this session. So congratulations, congratulations. Are there any questions? Anybody on the fence? Anybody confused? Anybody not sure? Anybody have questions? Amplify.link/REITACC. Now here's Lynn. This is actually the woman I just showed you guys. She was in our spring REIT Accelerator, and she literally she owns GNL, DLR, SPG, Vici. But she said the most important skill that she's learned is how to research REITs. She's learned how to research REITs, and everything she's learned from us has been instrumental in helping her hone in on her investing skills. She says, I'm a novice investor, but I'm hooked for life with Amplify and the team to do it right. I want you guys to know if there's a woman in our app that is in her 70s who's still building, still investing, still committed. She's a mother. You can do this. So no, you are not behind. You are right on time. You are right where you need to be, exactly where you deserve to be. But I want you to show up for you now. I'm going to take care of you. I promise you. You come into this platform and you show up and you finished. I will give you 100 times more value than what you would have ever expected. And once you are in Reach Street, ladies and gentlemen, once you are in Reach Street, the learning doesn't stop. You are stuck with us for quite some time. And I am super excited to build with all of you. So go to amplify.link/REATACC. Get in right now. Are there any last minute questions before I hop off? Quick snapshot of what you get. Inside the Read Accelerator, there are bonuses right at the top. I showed you guys. You are going to get the top apps to use as a beginner investor. You are going to get the top 25 REITs to consider so that you're not starting from scratch. We're going to give you 25 REITs to start researching. And congratulations to Tamala. Tamala, I see you are in. Congratulations to Lily, Gisela. Who else is in? Alexis, Erica is in, Doris is in. Congratulations. Takesha is in. Now the bonuses right at the top when you get in the Read Accelerator, the top apps to use as a beginner investor. So you know what apps you need to use as you're building this portfolio. You're going to go in and have 25 REITs already that you can start researching. We pick some of the best REITs with the most consistent income for you. There's also a session where I walk you through the top REITs that I own. When you finish the Read Accelerator, you should finish in 45 days or less. I showed you the woman, Carolyn. She graduated in 10 days. But take your time. If you are busy, this is not something you have to rush, but we will not let the first part of the new year go by without you having passive income coming in. You do not need a whole year to buy a REIT. You guys can get a REIT now and put yourself in a position to get paid now. But when you graduate the Read Accelerator, we will invite you to our exclusive private, only for REIT graduates, group called Reach Street. In addition to that, everyone that gets in the Read Accelerator, you are getting an exclusive invite to our 2026 Wealth Blueprint Series. It's a 2-day virtual event that is happening at the top of 2026 that all of you will be invited to attend. 2-day virtual event. Now, this is not just a REIT session. This is a let's get your money in order, your life in order, your energy in order, 2026 planning session. So amplify.link/REATACC. You can do buy now, pay later options. You can space your payments out for a year, 6 months. Everyone has a customizable payment plan. When you go to the website, just select the buy now, pay later button. You can also do a 2-part payment plan. $797 up front. You get immediate access. 2 weeks later, you will also be able to get, 2 weeks later, you will be able to make your second payment. Or you can pay in full, $1497. You have access for the entire year, and we are going to build with you, grow with you, and continue to build that portfolio. So go to amplify.link/REATACC. How can you do buy now, pay later? So you just want to go to the link on the screen. So someone says, how do I do buy now, pay later? Go to the link on the screen, amplify.link/REATACC. When you go to that website, you then can click the buy now, pay later option. Just go through the steps to be able to create your payment plan. You can either use Klarna or Afterpay, or you can do the 2-part payment plan, and that button is on there as well. So go to amplify.link/REATACC. And congratulations to Faye, Tanya. I see you guys are inside the Read Accelerator. Are there any last minute question? Is everybody inside the Read Accelerator? Anybody have any last minute questions? Here's a snapshot of a lot of REIT investors that we have. This is what our in-person events look like, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I could. I'm gonna play you guys a video. These are just some of our most recent graduates as well. All right, paid in full. Hold on, paid in full. The chat is going too fast for me. Hold on. All right, Erica, I see you said you just got in. You need assistance with your account. Erica, send us an email. Just send us an email. Erica will get you. We'll be able to get you. We'll be able to get you in the doors. If you have any technical issues, don't worry. We have a team that can help you with that. Again, if you have it, so Tanya, I see you have a question too. Or you just send us an email, info@amplify.com. I'll put our website, our email on the screen. right here. Just send us an email. If you're having trouble, you have a tech question or something like that, don't worry. Just send us an email, info@amplify.com. If you need help accessing your account, don't worry. Triple check, make sure you don't have anything in your spam or your promotions folder. Now, if you want us to hold your spot, meaning hey, Ashley, I noticed, I'm telling you, I promise you, I am traveling all of January. I am not teaching any classes. I will not be able to commit to a whole nother big Read Accelerator cohort. We do it twice a year, guys. So if you are going to get in, make the decision to get in. But if you need us to hold your spot, go to amplify.link/hold my spot. We will hold your spot for a few days if you need us to hold your spot. Now, this isn't, we can't hold your spot for a whole month. But if you do need us to hold your spot, we can hold your spot. Go to amplify.link/hold my spot. The team is putting it in the chat, amplify.link/hold my spot. If in fact you want us to hold your spot, we will hold your spot. Just because if you're serious, do not take up somebody's space because we are going to sell out. We sell out every single time. So if you do want us to hold your spot, amplify.link/hold my spot. Great question. Someone said, do couples pay double but pay? Great question. If you are a couple, you do not need to pay for the program twice. No. If you want to do this with your partner, you can get one account. When you create your account in the app, what I want you to do is put both your names in your account name so that we know that you are doing it. So a lot of couples go through the Read Accelerator together. We got a lot of people that are couples that do this. Yes. So you guys can take the sessions together. When we send out your gift, we'll send out one gift, but it will be addressed to both of you. So yes. You do not pay for the program twice. One payment for both you and your partner. Just make sure your name and your partner's name is at the top of the screen. A lot of couples do that. So yes, that is okay. Yes, that is okay. info@amplify.com. info@amplify.com. Hold on, are there any last minute questions before I hop off? I want to make sure. And everyone that's inside of the app, check your emails. That got into the Read Accelerator. Congratulations. Check your emails. You can start taking the program immediately. And congratulations to Dorotha. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly. But I see that you just got inside the Read Accelerator. To get the guide, here you go. 855-923-9489. Please take a picture of this. 855-923-4489. Just text the word guide and we will send you the link to get in. Are there any last minute questions? Are we good to go? Is everybody inside the Read Accelerator? Is everybody ready? Are there anybody need us to hold your spot? Anybody? I just want to make sure before I hop off. I want to make sure I got work I got to do before I hop off. I want to make sure I'm here to support you guys. We do have quite a few people here in this session. What you guys think about doing another giveaway? You guys think I want to give away $100 to somebody who gets inside the Read Accelerator right now. Right now, somebody who gets in the Read Accelerator right now, amplify.link/readacc. I want to give away $100 to someone who gets in the Read Accelerator right now. Amplify, I'm going to give you 60 seconds. Amplify.link/readacc. I want to give away $100 to somebody who gets in the Read Accelerator right now. Now, when you get inside the Read Accelerator, please remember, you will have access to the entire program for an entire year. Step by step, you'll have access to. We recommend 2 to 3 hours per week. I know people that finish it in 4 days, people that finish it in 10 days. We say 45 days. If you are somebody who's busy, this is the time to make time to show up for you. You cannot keep saying, I am busy, yet you are constantly still working for money, yet your money doesn't have a job description. Those of you who are parents that want to build and invest for the children in your life, now is the time for you to build the portfolio. What better time to restart your life other than at the start of the new year? You also are going to get to top 25 REITs guide to consider for cash flow, large corporations, REITs that you can invest in today. And it'll break down how many properties, the types of REITs, the details you need to do crazy research right there in the guide. We are going to give you a 5-point REIT strategy. You're going to see that in one of the steps. You're going to learn how to buy a REIT in literally 5 steps. You are going to get the top apps to use as an investor so that you know the top apps you need to make the money you need to make. Amplify.link/REITACC. Comment I'm working on it if you are still working on getting the REIT Accelerator, and comment I'm in if you are in. I want to give away $100 to somebody who gets in the REIT Accelerator. $100 to somebody who gets in. $100 to somebody who gets in the REIT Accelerator. When you finish the REIT Accelerator, the learning does not stop. You get invited to REIT Street. It comes with the program, but if you only get invited when you graduate. So you must graduate the REIT Accelerator in order to get to that next level. This is where the CEOs of REITs come. This is where we bring exclusive NAREIT executives to come talk to you guys and work with you guys. So go to amplify.link/REITACC. Hurry up and get in before spots close. Ladies and gentlemen, we are shutting this program down in a matter of days. You are not about to see me talking about REITs all the time. You have to get in. So I'm super excited to get to all right, hold on. Are we ready to do the giveaway? Amplify.link/REITACC. Who is ready for the last giveaway? Comment, I'm ready for the last giveaway. Who is ready for the last Amplify.link/REITACC? Who's working on it? Hold on, let me go back to the chat. Who's working on it? Hold on, let me pull this up right here. Anybody still working on it? Rakif says I'm working on it. Andre says I'm working on it. All right, hold on. I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds and I'm hopping off. I want to give away $100 to someone else who gets in the REIT Accelerator. Everyone in this session right now, is everybody in the REIT Accelerator? Is everybody, is everyone here? Any questions that you guys have? Look, somebody says I'm ready for the last giveaway. Let's do it. Amplify.link/REITACC. Who is still working on getting in? Now, remember, when you get into the REIT Accelerator, there is a step-by-step breakdown of the program. So it is organized and structured. You are going to make your first REIT investment. You are going to have passive income coming in within 90 days or less. Amplify.link/REITACC. Now, those of you who need to build income, those of you who need a strategy and structure for retirement, those of you who have some money set aside, but you don't know what to do with it, those of you who need a research structure and strategy, you are not doing this by yourself. You are surrounded by like-minded people. You have access to REIT experts. You have access to consistent tips, consistent live trainings. It is impossible to not succeed in this program. The only way you don't succeed is if you don't show up. So if you are someone who wants to procrastinate in the new year, this is not the program you want to be a part of. We don't work with everybody. We are not for everybody. But if you want to go to that next level, if you want to shift your mind, if you want to grow your bank account, if you want to start making a 4- and 5-figure portfolio, REITs give you the ability to do that. It gives you the ability to build the portfolio you need to start small, just like Stephanie talked about. She started with $50. And so how much time will it take to finish? 2 to 3 hours a week. What is REIT Street? Our advanced investors room that you only get invited to once you finish. You have access for the entire year. How does buy now, pay later work? Buy now, pay later. Amplify.link/REITACC. Once you go to that website, you'll see a button for buy now, pay later. You are able to pick your payment plan option. You can select a 30-day payment plan, 60, 90 days, 6 months. Some people even do a year payment plan. This is an investment in you. This is your time. When I say you come into this REIT Accelerator, you're coming out unrecognizable. You are coming out with a passive income portfolio. You are coming out with a plan. Your family, your grandmother, your parents did not have access to this information. They did not work this hard. You see, I built this company for my great grandmother who cleaned homes for wealthy people. I'm doing this for my parents. They did everything they could to put me in a position. I am building a legacy, the same one that my father left me, to that, but giving it and creating it to that next level for my family. You see, building a passive income portfolio, building a REIT portfolio isn't just something you start and stop. This is something that your kids will be proud of you for creating. This is something that you can pass down. So when we go into the new year, I want you to go in with a legacy mindset. Our community is so good at passing down debt, so good at passing down generational trauma. Let's pass down generational wealth. Let's pass down infrastructure. Let's pass down a financial legacy. Let's pass down some habits. Let's shift your environment, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm giving you 15 more seconds. We're going to pick somebody who is inside the REIT Accelerator, Amplify.link. And this is the last opportunity to get your questions in. I am going in guns blazing into the new year. Excited, built for this. Turning my niece into a millionaire, building my $10,000 a month passive income portfolio, using my dividends to travel the world. Can you imagine your dividends? Your dividends literally paying for your vacation. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am excited to take this journey with you. I want to congratulate everyone who's in the REIT Accelerator, and we're going to pick one more winner tonight. Someone who got inside the REIT Accelerator. Now, this individual's name is Patrick Imani. Imani Patrick? Is Imani Patrick or Patrick Imani? Are you here? Imani, let me see. Hold on, let me make sure I got your name. Let me make sure I got your name right. Hold on. Imani Patrick. There you go. Imani Patrick from Virginia. Is Imani? There you go, Imani. Imani said, look, I'm getting in this REIT Accelerator one way or another. Imani, you are our winner tonight. Can we congratulate Imani? She said, I'm going to figure out how to get in this program. I want to celebrate you. I am excited to show your testimony during a class when you build your 5-figure passive income portfolio. I am excited to celebrate you in the new year. I commend you for stepping up because I know this wasn't done easily. I know so many of you are uncomfortable, but I want you to know every day of the new year, I want you uncomfortable because that's how you know you're stepping out of what's been normal for you. But now you're walking into your greatness. So congratulations, Imani, because I know you had to pull some strings to get this done, and you were here rocking with us. And so I'm here to celebrate you. And what I want you to do, Imani, is to send us an email, info@amplify.com. We will send you all the details you need so that we can submit your gift. But you are a winner tonight, and congratulations for being inside the REIT Accelerator. I know your name now, like your full Imani Patrick name. So I look forward to seeing you inside of the app. I look forward to seeing you. Now, let me tell you this one thing before I let everybody go. We are having one big graduation at the end of the year. If you can push yourself to finish at the last day of the new year, right at the end, at the last day of December, right at the end, I challenge you to finish strong so that we can celebrate you in the new year. So no pressure, but we are having one last big graduation. We made it graduation for everyone who's been able to knock it out before the year is up. So if you can pull this off, I challenge you to show up, graduate, and I'll see you guys inside of the REIT Accelerator. Amplify.link/REITACC. 2 payments of $797, 1 payment now, 2nd payment 2 weeks from now. Or you can do buy now, pay later. It is up to you. But if you have questions, anybody need additional clarity before we shut the doors down and before I go get to traveling and taking a break from everything we've done this year, we are here to support you. So info@amplify.com if you have questions, amplify.link/REITACC to get into the REIT Accelerator. You'll have your custom account. You'll have access to the program and you can start immediately. So amplify.link, EMPIFY.link, LINK/REIT, REITACC to get in before spots close. I appreciate you guys. I am ready for you guys, and let's dominate 2026. I'll see you guys later.